Hi everyone. I'm currently up at 4:51 a.m. One of those nights where I just wake up super early and can't go to sleep for the rest of the night. Those nights happen to me a lot. While I'm waiting for my computer to load so I could do some drawing, I'm going to talk to you guys about some recent events I've done. I've tried doing a live stream where I draw art on a live stream. I tried drawing 3 characters from Monty Python's Flying Circus, but it didn't come out good or in the way I wanted it to. I also drew a Monokuma from Danganronpa. That was like the only thing from the stream that came out right. What I've done with those is I put them up on Patreon and uploaded the live stream to archived my live stream on my vlogs channel, Charcoal's Dump, and labeled it as a garbage video. Garbage videos are videos I make that didn't quite make the cut, or that even if I want to delete them, or if I decide they have no place on my channel, I'll archive them there. Sometimes I just delete them outright. I can be very selective and picky on what goes and what stays. I even deleted the YumaCon vlog with no chance of archiving it. Well, I mean the panels from YumaCon are still uploaded on YouTube. I just have them unlisted. So even if I couldn't archive that, there probably wouldn't need to be that anyway, because I have evidence that I've been to YumaCon on Facebook and Instagram. I also document my stuff outside of YouTube. Not all of my stuff, but you guys can get my point. I also finished a comic strip for school before I went to bed yesterday. And I'm just looking at it now and I just can't help but think, my poor characters. How could I draw this comic so bad? Because like, even though I made it looks good, like an improvement from what I would usually do, I find it bad because I had to rush it to complete it before I had to turn it in because it was due yesterday. My school has a thing where whenever something's due that day, they would make it so that you could turn in at any time of that due day until before midnight, to where basically you have to turn it in before 11:59 p.m. And boy, did the fact that I rushed it really showed. There's even a Google image of a skeleton of a rabbit because I didn't have time to draw over the panel a skeleton of charcoal. Yeah, so I doubt I'll release this comic publicly, since it's not as good as I wanted it to. Another garbage upload for the Patreon vault. One thing's for sure, I'm not gonna rush making a comic again for my internet audience, but for that comic, I personally doubt I'll release it publicly, unless it was for a grade. All I can hope now is that since we're presenting today in a few hours, that it'll do its job and I'll never have to think about that again. I've also been looking at my Microsoft Bing, and a few articles came up with the horror film Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, which is basically a reimagining of the characters as horror movie characters unrelated to Disney. Because since the source material is public domain, they can pull the loophole of going, it's not based on Disney, it's based on the source material. Yeah, somewhat like how you can make something and make it look like a copyrighted thing, but pull a loophole that's based on some public domain source material that the copyright thing was otherwise based on. You can call that what you want. I find that idea genius. I'm also personally on board with a horror movie based cinematic universe. Like Freddy, Jason, Chucky, Michael Myers Avengers. Despite how impossible such an idea might be, fun to think about, and it also bucks the trend of cinematic universes currently, either standalone horror movies, franchises, superheroes, and James Bond. I'm glossing over book adaptations like Hunger Games and Harry Potter. They're based on the books. They're a different argument. I've also heard news about the DC Extended Universe, and that it'll be ending soon. Which I find good, because the cinematic universe over there, when compared to Marvel's, is just loose and very weird. Yeah, there are some things that don't line up, stuff that gets retconned, and Zack Snyder left it, which resulted in its downward spiral. The only movie I've seen from the DCEU that I've had fun watching and liked was Shazam, the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but believe me, if I get access to it, I'll see it. Disney also announced that they're doing another Zootopia and Frozen film. Those I agree with, because there's so much you can do with them, and Frozen is a pretty popular property they have. But for Toy Story, I don't know why they would want to make another one outside of making money. I feel like they would have everything well covered after the fourth one, or even the third one. Like, I would draw the line at the fourth one if I could. But even with a fifth one, I hope it could answer some unanswered questions, or even do some commentary on the whole kids on electronics rather than physical toys thing. Because I use my computer more often than I film myself using plushies to make videos. The main reason why I don't use plushies anymore is because I moved out and left all of them at my dad's place in my hometown, and also because Super Mario Logan ruined making plush and puppet videos for me until I saw Jim Henson a few years later, but that's besides the point. By seeing Jim Henson, I mean seeing some of his works and the history of the stuff he did. Like, I've seen Labyrinth last summer, and I enjoyed the music from it. Just went on Google and I found out where that one drawing I made at Umicon came from. An anime called Chainsaw Man, where this man has like this robotic chainsaw head. I didn't even think his name would be just Chainsaw Man. I thought he'd have a more cooler name, like Razor or something. I don't know. Don't have much to say right now, so I'll stop here for the time being. Hey guys, today is February 23rd, the same year, and I'm featuring this on the vlog that I've recorded. Well, I've recorded like a few days ago, and I've never got around to finishing or editing. I'm recording this video because I record so much that I want to sustain it in some way. I didn't want to just throw it away. So I'm just recording this video, and I'll just talk about stuff that's been happening currently. Last weekend, I had a 4-day weekend. I had Friday and Monday off. It's been nice. I did some more artwork. And I even mentioned that I was going to do a video that was going to be a review of a certain TV show that I've mentioned in my complicated relationship with animation video. It's one of a few projects I intend on getting done soon. Not now, but I will do soon. I can tell you guys that. And in case you ask how I'll review each episode, my process that I have in mind is just play a bit of the episode, pause it, write down notes, then start it up, pause, take notes, start it up, watch it, pause, take notes. The reason why I'm doing this instead of watching it once, then taking notes, then watching it again to take more notes, that's because I'm doing this mainly so I can get it over with, and also because I don't binge watch or watch too many TV shows. The TV shows I would watch was stuff I've already watched like many times, and some that I'm familiar with, or some that are part of a bigger franchise like Star Wars or Marvel, or stuff that's not episodic or serialized and that it could be watched in like small doses. Once again, TV shows taking such a long time to get through is kind of one of the biggest reasons why I prefer movies over TV shows.